any of the members of this group want to bring up, please, I would appreciate that.
Maybe just to kind of quick to put a point on the genetic testing. So, I mean, I think that there's, a couple scenarios. There's, scenarios, say like with art where, someone thinks about this person might have amyloidosis like Dr. Ferdinand did. And one part of that diagnosis is doing the genetic testing to confirm the disease. The second is, and you've kind of touched on it, is when someone does have this hereditary ATTR, what about other family members who have or potentially at risk? So, if someone has one copy of the TTR mutation, it means any first-degree relatives, so siblings and children, would have a chance to have a mutation. And so, oftentimes when we do what's called cascade testing to look at those family members, many of them, if we do the initial testing and everything, they're asymptomatic, we can follow them over time. And if there's early amyloidosis, start a treatment. That's like the ideal scenario because, I believe, and, we still need more data, that if you start treatment at that stage, you can prevent this disease or significantly alter its course, right? But, that adoption of cascade testing is highly variable. There's sometimes you tell a patient about this and then, maybe there's 6 at risk, for example, and none of them get genetic testing. There's other families, as soon as I tell them that, all of them get testing the next week, right? And I think a lot of that has to do with perceptions and education around genetic testing and what it is and what it means, layered on with, cultural and other factors and, viewpoints of healthcare. And so, what we, quickly see is that with that wide range of how people respond to it, we need to make sure we meet people where they are and tailor that message.
And that actually kind of just, this whole, it's just, I think the reminder, kind of the key messaging here, those tetramers, those 4-part proteins, basically, they be unstable. But if you catch it early, there's a stabilizer that can be utilized to go in between those 4 units and stabilize that molecule so it doesn't break down. And then it doesn't accumulate. Key is the testing. You've got to catch it early so you can use what's currently available.
I think
the biggest piece
because they got a couple of types of therapies out there now too.
Yeah.
So, and that's why it's important. Like we said, I don't tell people what I'm doing as far as medication, anything, because that's a personal choice.
Absolutely.
And plus, that's between them and their healthcare doctor and all them make that decision. Because me, till this day, we found out our doctor. I question him all the time. We questioned just, a couple months ago. He had us take an MRI and just verify the reason why we're taking this therapy and all too. So, and like I said, that's a personal choice. Ain't none of our business.
Yep, 100%. But go get tested as a start. Yeah.
But in reality, no one's going to get tested if they don't know, right? Mm-hmm. So you got to start out there with awareness.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Anybody other thoughts? Anything else? I mean, this has been a great group of people, wonderful individuals. I thoroughly have learned a ton in working with each of you. And I really about the next steps where we're going to be able to right. I think, just in learning and speaking with all of you, we're in this because we want to make that difference. Mm-hmm. Healthcare, wellness is not an easy space. It's a lot of work, a dedication, and, using your voice to make a difference is critical. So I'm just I'm very grateful and I feel very blessed to be with you all.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for your time.